Welcome back, and if this is your first time watching, my name's Brandon, and I sell men's clothing on eBay. This is day 58 of the What Sold series, where I show you my daily eBay sales. And at the end of the video, I'll go over my net profit for the day. Let's not waste any time, let's jump right into those sales. The first sale of the day is this pair of Lululemon men's pants in a size 40. They took 6 days to sell, and they sold for full price, $55 plus shipping. If you guys have been watching, you know that these pants are some of my favorite things to pick up and sell recently. They always sell super great, quickly, and for a great price. I was a little bit worried about these selling for full price just because the color was a little bit different than most of them, but still sold great. So number 2 was a pair of these pink golf pants. They were like the over pants. They're like the waterproof ones that you can put on if it's raining, if you're going to golf in the rain. And these sold in 34 days for a best offer of $40 plus shipping. Ping is a pretty good golf brand to sell their stuff. Their polos aren't going to sell for quite a lot of money, but they actually usually sell pretty quickly for me. So pretty good brand to be on the lookout for when it comes to golf stuff. So number 3 was this Norton motorcycle shirt in a men's large. This took about a year and a half to sell, and it sold for a best offer of $10 plus shipping. So number 4 was a Tommy Bahama shirt in a men's XL, and this one was one of the Island modern fit ones, and it was linen. So it had a few special things going for it besides just a regular Tommy Bahama. This one sold in 73 days for a best offer of $21 plus shipping. This is pretty good for a Tommy Bahama shirt. The regular ones in an XL usually sell in like the $15 to maybe $20 range on the high side if there's nothing special going for it. I think that it probably sold a little bit quicker and on the top end of that money because of these better aspects of it. So number 5 is another pair of Lululemon pants in a men's 34 by 30. These ones sold in 31 days for a best offer of $45 plus shipping, and that I think that was with just a little flaw on it as well. If not, it probably would have got maybe $5 more. So number 6 was a Fabindia shirt. I think these are linen shirts, and this one was a men's size 40. This isn't the first time that I've sold this brand, but it takes quite a while to sell, and I haven't been picking them up recently. I have found a few of them, but I've left them behind. This one took 10 months to sell, and it sold for full price, $16 plus shipping. This might be a brand that you pick up if you get it at the bins or somewhere really cheap, because like I said, it's not a quick mover, and if I wanted it to move quickly, then I'd probably have to price it in the $10 to $12 range. So number 7 was a Carhartt vest. This one was Sherpa lined, and it was a good size, men's 3XL. This took 46 days to sell, and it sold for a best offer of $30 plus shipping, and that was with a few flaws on it, but most Carhartt items can sell really well with flaws. So number 8, this is actually my second time selling this. The first buyer that bought it returned it. They said it didn't fit, so hopefully it works out for this one. It's a pair of vintage Gap overalls in a women's. I wasn't exactly sure about the sizing, so I just put the measurements here. That's the waist measurement and the inseam of the pant. So I think that was part of the reason that it didn't work out for the first buyer. I think the tag has like an L and a 10 on it. And like I said, these are vintage from like the 2000, like maybe like 2001. So I wasn't sure exactly about the sizing, so hopefully the measurements work for this person. But vintage Gap stuff, especially denim stuff, can do well. Sale number 9 was a marine layer button-up shirt in a men's medium. This one sold in about 10 months for a best offer of $18 plus shipping, and it did have a little spot on it. If not, I think it would have sold a lot quicker. So number 10 was a Polo Ralph Lauren sweater in a men's 3XB, so a 3X big. This was one of the knit sweaters, but it was just a cotton one. Some of these knit sweaters can be all kinds of different materials. Obviously, the cashmere ones are going to do really well, but this one was just cotton, but it wasn't that great size 3XB. So it took 24 days to sell, and it sold for a best offer of $30 plus shipping. So number 11, another Polo Ralph Lauren item. I actually really like finding these. These are the Harrington bomber jackets. These are super common. You're going to find these a lot of the times at the thrifts. This one was a men's XL, and it did have some flaws on it. So it sold in 6 days for a best offer of $20 plus shipping. If these are in good condition, they can go somewhere in the $40 range. If you get them in the bigger sizes, they could even do maybe a little bit better than that. So number 12 was this vintage Umbro sweater in a men's large. This took almost 2 years to sell, but it did sell for full price, $30 plus shipping. So number 13 and 14 went to the same buyer. They're a pair of Dixon flannel shirts in a men's 2XL tall. They paid $85 plus shipping for both of them. And these were both from the local buyouts where I spent $27 on average per item. So I'm probably making about $10 each on these, and I am perfectly happy with that. And like I said, here's the second one. This one was called the Great One. I've shown this before, but each Dixon flannel on the tag has a different name of it. So it's super easy to look up the Dixon flannels and get pretty accurate comps, because you can just look up Dixon flannel, the Great One. And then if there's too many of those, or you can't get a good idea of the comp, you can also include the size, which is probably going to make a difference as well. But that's it for the sales. So let's go ahead and jump into those numbers. On October 28th, we sold 14 items for a total gross sales of $564.29, giving us an average sale price of $40.31. This is a great average sale price, higher than I even need to be to hit my profit, but I am a little bit low on the number of items sold, so that will help cover some of that. As you know, the selling costs and the net sales are always inaccurate. Let me show you guys what they really are. So the selling costs were $183.08. The breakdown for that is $68.19 in eBay final value fees, $95.31 in shipping labels, and $19.58 in promoted listing fees. 9 of the 14 sales came via promoted listings. I promote all my items at 5%. I'm happy to pay the fees that I have to pay to get the extra sales. If we take away the selling costs and the taxes and fees collected by eBay away from the gross sales amount, that gives our net sales of $354.04. We still need to take away our cost of goods. We're currently using an average cost of goods of $13.21. So for 14 items, that gives a total cost of goods for the day of $184.94. If we take that away from the net sales, we'll have our net profit for the day, which is very similar to yesterday, because all of these numbers were very similar to yesterday's. And so the net profit for the day is $169.10. We're still a little bit lower than I'd like to be, but the total number of sales is a little low, and that's what caused that. Like I said, we had a great average sale price day, just needed to get a few more sales to hit me up a little bit higher towards my goal. But the end of this month of October has been a little rocky. It has been up and down. I think the next couple days are still going to be a little up and down, and then let's hope in November we can just take off up. But that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow for day 59 of the What Sold series. Peace.